$2 million in salary, 12 hours a day, zero progress. That's what was happening at a tech company whose CEO I was advising. Their most expensive talent, their most valuable creators were producing next to nothing. Not because they were lazy and not because they were incompetent, because of something so simple, yet so devastating. That's when I pointed it out to the CEO. He nearly fell off his chair. In fact, when I look inside most companies, I find the same hidden disaster, costing them millions in wasted talent, lost productivity, and missed opportunities. I showed him one example, why one of his best developers, who was incredibly productive at the company that he was recruited from, was suddenly underperforming at this company. The developer was working 12-hour days, staying late, coming in early, but producing less than ever. Why? Well, when his schedule was looked into, his calendar looked something like this. 9 a.m., quick sync. 10:30, brief check-in. 11:15, team update. 2 o'clock, status report. 3:30, project review. Each meeting was pitched as just 30 minutes, won't take long, really quick catch-up. But here's what nobody around him understood. For the one who has to develop, meaning build, create, and design, every quote-unquote quick meeting is like taking a sledgehammer to their entire day. Let me explain. Inspired by Paul Graham's 2009 groundbreaking essay, there are two types of people in your organization, but most companies only operate around in one. There are makers, like our developer friend in the story, those who create, build, develop, design, write, code, solve. And then there are managers, those who coordinate, direct, lead, organize, oversee, plan, decide. And here's the grand challenge. These two groups work on completely different operating systems with completely different energy patterns and completely different productivity cycles. But most companies force everyone to work on a manager's schedule, which is why very little actual making gets done in most organizations. And then they wonder why. Goals aren't being met, revenue targets aren't being hit, burnout is rampant, and the culture is not engaged. In today's world of constant connectivity, endless notifications, and always on culture, the problem isn't just bad, it's catastrophic. Here's a closer look at the difference between manager and maker operating rhythms and methods. Managers work in 15 to 60 minute blocks, small chunks, quick hits, constant shifts. Their job is checking in, syncing up departments, solving quick problems. That makes sense. There's nothing wrong with that. So in an 8-hour workday, they might have 20 plus blocks per day where they are shifting between their tasks and responsibilities. So losing 1 or 2 or even 4 of those blocks to a meeting or unexpected fire drills or interruptions is no big deal, especially to managers as meetings are part of their managing. But makers, they work in half-day blocks, deep dives, flow states, immersive focus. You know that state when everything clicks, when solutions flow, when magic finally arrives and happens? That state takes at least 27 minutes to enter, but only 7 seconds to destroy. They might only have 2 blocks per day where they can get into that deep dive flow state. So that quote unquote quick meeting at 10:30 just cut their morning block in half. And truth be told, it destroyed it completely. The chance of getting into that deep flow state on either side of that meeting, probably not gonna happen. Think about that. While you're thinking it's just 30 minutes, your maker is losing 3 to 4 hours of productive making time. Let me prove it. That developer that I mentioned, his actual activity looked like this. 9 o'clock, start deep work. 9:30, finally get into flow state. 10 o'clock, starting to solve a problem. 10:30, meeting interrupt. 11 o'clock, try to get back into flow. 11:15, another meeting. 11:45, 2 fragmented to focus, 12 o'clock lunch. The result? 3 hours, 0 real progress. But here's what's worse. That developer, he was working on the company's future, their next breakthrough product, their competitive advantage, their market-changing innovation, and it was dying one quick meeting at a time. But here's the real solution. I call it mind the maker's mind. Number 1, create maker days. Designate entire days where makers are completely untouchable. On our team, we call it disconnected days. No meetings, no communications, no interruptions, no excuses. Like Microsoft, who implemented no meetings Wednesdays and saw developer productivity jump 47% just for giving them one day. like Apple, who created Maker Labs, where their best creators go to work completely undisturbed. Like SpaceX, who literally puts their engineers in a different building, away from management interruptions. And then number 2, batch manager time. All meetings, all updates, all check-ins happens on a designated day or in designated blocks throughout that day. Number 3, set communication protocols. Block time windows throughout the day where makers are making, do not disturb. If you have a question, go to a manager. Managers are always available. Otherwise, if you need a maker during maker time, it's deemed an emergency, text them. They will not be on email. They won't be in that damn ass Slack. They won't be in the project management system, etc. They will be doing what the whole organization needs them to do, making. So keep that in mind. Your makers aren't trying to be difficult. They're trying to be valuable. So grab your Darren Daily Journal. Here's your action plan, if you're interested. For makers, block your maker time. Defend it ruthlessly. Communicate your schedule or coordinate it with the rest of the makers with an agreement from the managers. For managers, respect maker time. Batch your requests. Plan around their deep work. For organizations, create maker-manager calendars. Set clear protocols. Measure output, not activity. If you are both a maker and a manager, like me, you have to set these rules up for yourself and manage your schedule and the world's access to you accordingly. Designate maker days and maker blocks within days, and designate manager days and blocks of manager time within days. It's as simple as that. Not easy to adhere to protect, and get yourself to stick to, but it is simple to organize and profound in output consequences. These are the productivity strategies that allow us, a small and mighty team of less than 20, to produce the revenue and impact of 150 people equivalently. No joke, that would be the equivalent. So I speak from experience here and results. Heed the advice, or don't, it's up to you. You're free to do it your way. But share below, are you a maker or a manager? And how will you protect deep work? Here's what I know for certain. The next breakthrough, the next innovation, the next game-changing idea will come from a company that protects their makers. Will it be yours? The next move is yours, but make it fast. Are you hashtag team maker or hashtag team manager or hashtag both? Share that and how you will organize your schedule better based on what you learned here today below.